Quick disclaimer, any opinion said in this video may offend some people. And if you are one of those people, you shouldn't be here. Make sure to have an open mind and have fun with the podcast. I would like to add to the whole LGBT community though, like...
Hello, and welcome back to the Desensitized Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tidal Johnson, joined with...
Jade Waipara, I'm the other host. Welcome to episode 2.
Episode 2. Quick overview on us. We did this in the last episode, so I'll do it real quick. I run a YouTube channel myself. I do short films and filmmaking type stuff, and you can basically access that channel through the recommended channels on this channel, and the description below will probably provide a link. I don't upload very often since my videos, I try and have high production value. I don't know, people can judge whether or not it is true. So the videos don't come out super often, so therefore, doing some podcasts with a good mate.
What a fucking sellout.
Fucking
Quick disclaimer, if you have any really harsh, strong views on a subject, this is probably not the podcast for you. You will be very offended.
Yeah, however, if you are an open-minded individual, here's another opinion for you to add to your opinion soup to maybe grow yourself as a person. So, we've got about 4 segments to go through today. No, 5 segments, but we've done one, so 4. So, first segment, we're doing a general controversial topic that we're going to talk about. We'll get into that soon.
We're going to talk about homos!
Hey, spoilers! Alright, we've got also a second topic, which is about a specific story, and we'll try and talk about moral values around that. Then we've got a third topic, which is about politicians. Then we'll kick it back off with some more Am I the Arsehole situations for us to dissect and discover who's the real arsehole.
Some more of these internet assholes.
Or internet not assholes.
Nah, if you breathe air, you're probably an asshole anyway.
Alright, sweet. So, without further ado, on with the show. Let's start with the first topic. As Jade said before, homosexuality. What is your overall view on it, Jade?
Gays, this overview is more of the whole LGBT alphabetical soup fucking, what they called, community.
Yeah.
I don't mind gays. If you're gay, that's cool. If you're straight, that's cool. If you're transgender, that's cool. But if you come up and tell me you're this demi-pansexual fucking wheelchair, you can get fucked.
Okay, strong opinion. I am pretty much on the same lines. When it comes to straight up gay people, you know, fair enough. Nature, you gotta do what you gotta do. Doesn't hurt anyone. When it comes to lesbians, obviously same thing. Bisexual people, also same thing. I don't know why anyone would not hate gays but then hate bisexual people. Doesn't really make any sense to me. Transgender people, you know, male to female, you know, people born in the wrong body. There is a mental disorder. You call it's a disorder technically, but you know, these people aren't like people who are diseased and you need to stay away from. They're just people who have, I guess, a struggle in their mind, and they don't need to overcome it because it doesn't hurt people in society. They can live out whatever they need to live out. They can do whatever the hell they want, do whatever the hell they want to their own bodies, provided that they're of legal age. When it comes to non-binary and all that, I don't believe in it. Obviously, people can have their own beliefs, they can think they're whatever the hell they want, but when they think that I have to conform to everything they need, that's where I put the foot down and I don't care, basically. So I'm not going to cater.
That's like those stupid, like, alright, quick callback. If you didn't see our opinions on Ben Shapiro, go back to the first podcast. But I was watching a Ben Shapiro thing the other day, and he goes on these woke fucking TikTokers, and the fucking pronouns some of them use. Like, one of them's like, I identify as a demon, and my pronouns are... Like, what the fuck is that pronoun?
It ain't a word. Sounds like it's something in Arabic. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, if someone, I mean, I'm all for I'm all for gender neutral pronouns, not for the reason that people want to say that they don't have a gender, but because it's easier. You know, when you don't know what the gender of someone is, it's annoying to say he or she when you could just say they. I think that's just a general easier way to speak, is to just say they in general a lot of the time. But when someone's offended at getting called she,
that's how society's gone these fucking days. Is you have to say they or them when you're talking to someone, because you might walk up to this chick with tits, like this person, not chick, person with tits. It's like, excuse me, miss, and then she turns around and bitch slaps you into tomorrow because apparently she's a man.
Yeah, that's what I don't agree with at all. I mean, obviously, if you say, oh, I'm like, hello, well, I mean, you don't need to call them them. You just say, hello, how are you doing? You know, you don't say they to a stranger. It's like if you go up to a random girl, you're like, hey, how is she doing today? That sounds a bit strange, Jake. You're strange, bro.
Nah. These fucking LGB, whatever the fuck is strange.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, fair enough. Also, the people who are anti-homosexual also start making the arguments for pedophilia and saying, why is pedophilia not a part of LGBT? What do you think of that, Jade? Mans?
Fucking excuse me, say that again?
A lot of people who don't like gays or bisexual people, trans people, whatever, like claim, okay, then why is what you're doing different from someone being a pedophile? So, you know, they're saying, why is pedophilia... It's a very blunt way to put it. But, obviously...
What? That's the only way to put it. Like, what's the difference? One of them thinks that they're a different gender. The other one fucks kids.
I love the way you put it. One of them, you know, thinks they're another gender. The other one fucks kids.
Straight up, like, how do you compare the two? Like, okay, I don't like the LGBTQ community, but I prefer them over fucking pedophiles.
Yeah, I guess to put it in more like clear words, I guess, because obviously some people, especially pedophiles, might not see what's wrong in the whole fucking kids thing. Basically, children don't have the capacity to make proper decisions for themselves due to science reasons. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure whoever you'd ask would say the majority of children aren't able to make the proper decisions, and for the ones that can, we just can't take the risk to decide whether or not a kid can make proper decisions or not. Nevertheless, obviously, they can't make proper decisions, and when they end up having sexual relations with someone who's much older than them and over the legal age, and they're at a young age, they have problems for, the majority of their life from that. When someone's gay, the gay partner doesn't have problems for the rest of his whole life. Mental problems and the such. So that's your difference.
And the gay dude's probably not 10 years old.
Yeah, just to put it out very clear and judgmentally. It is the judgmental YouTube channel after all. Okay.
Yep, no, I'm being completely judgmental. Pedophiles are creeps.
I'm trying to
They're
bring
wrong.
the completely logical reason why it's bad compared to the other thing, and you're just pointing out that it's fucking kids. But I mean, we're on the same track, you know. You know, when you say kids, he's talking about what I mean. So yeah, pedophilia does not belong in modern society. It's very obvious.
Yeah, glad we got that one cleared up, because what the fuck was that bullshit? Not
Yeah.
even close to being the same.
Okay, here's another interesting argument though. A lot of people will say, okay, obviously pedophilia is not the same as being gay because, you know, obviously pedophilia has been a taboo and both has been gay, but we found, you know, being gay is completely fine. It doesn't hurt society. However, what about when people are incestual? So, you know, incest.
See, I find that shit weird.
Okay. Do you think it should be
Are we
illegal?
comparing incest and gays, or are we just doing an outlook on incest in general?
Incest and gays, because obviously being gay used to be illegal, now it's not illegal, and people who think that being gay should be illegal are comparing it to pedophilia, because pedophilia is illegal and it's obviously some sort of sexual attraction. So they're trying to make it the same. But they would probably also use the argument for incest, because incest doesn't involve kids and it involves people who can make proper decisions. So, what is the difference between being into having incestual urges, and being homosexual?
Well, see, that's a whole different ball game, but that's still kind of weird because, like, one of them's family. You
Yeah,
don't do that to family.
yeah. But I mean, back in the day, like, people would say, "Well, that's a dude. You don't do that to dudes." But it doesn't really have any
But
real
it's a
harm on our
more
society.
biological thing. Like, if you do that, alright, let's take this from a less judgmental standpoint
More
and we go
logical.
to a scientific standpoint.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone knows, and it's been scientifically proven, like, in layman's terms, that having a child with family member could result in that child more likely being retarded or having some sort of physical and or mental disability
Yeah,
due
that's
to the
true.
chromosomes that it's taking on.
That's
So
true.
if we look at it like that, one of them dooms a child. Yeah, I'm bringing this back to children.
Yeah.
One of them
Dooms,
possibly
just like
dooms a
pedophilia
child,
dooms a child.
where the other one, like, dooms a child for life, like, from straight
That's
birth,
such a good way of
whereas the
putting
other
it.
one either doesn't result in children or the child would
I
come
can't
out.
stop laughing. Okay, yeah, dooms a child for life. That's a great joke. What do pedophiles and incestual people have in common? They both doom a child for life. Okay. Yeah, continue.
Oh,
Continue.
shit. But, like, gays and shit, the only people they're harming is themselves.
Yeah, that's true, because obviously it's impossible for them to give birth.
Yeah, no, so if we look at it from a logical standpoint, incest makes less sense because it's inflicting more than one person. Yes, it's the child of the two people involved in the act, but it's still a separate being.
Okay.
Whereas with gays, it's still the two people who agreed to it. Nothing else is being harmed from that, except maybe the feelings of the family when they find out that the gay dude got AIDS.
Yeah, but that's none of their business, you know, that's their bodies, their choice. So,
Yeah,
what about then if they're gay incestual people? Threw your whole
burn them.
argument out the window. They're no longer dooming children for life.
So we're trying to argue which one's worse.
No, we're just arguing whether or not incest should be legal, because pedophilia isn't. And they'd use that whole excuse to say why being gay shouldn't be legal. So should incest be legal as well?
Well, no. Personally, I'm going to take a personal outlook on it. If both of the dudes on the incest thing are gay, right?
Yeah.
Or both the people, if they're both gay, well, that still kind of outweighs normal gay because that's incest gay.
I guess, but then that's also looking at it like you're straight, and then the next level below's gay, and then the next level below's incest gay. It's like judging people's value on their sexual orientation. Which I can't personally agree with. I can't say it's gay is one thing and then it's even worse to be gay and incestual. Because I don't think being gay is
Well,
any
the
worse
main
than being
reason for
straight.
these two things being, like, the top main reason for these two things being outlawed or classed as not right is because of the Bible.
Yeah, the Bible's it's just a
Chapters
book though.
and verses in the book of Leviticus.
Okay,
That
we gotta
like,
talk about the Bible next time. But that's a story for another day. Because we're gonna have a lot of controversial opinions over that. But yeah, a lot of stuff is because of the Bible. But personally, I think as long as the people aren't having babies, I think incest should be illegal. I personally don't enjoy incest, of course, and I still find it weird, but I don't think it harms society as much as, obviously being a pedophile at all.
well,
And
if we
just,
rank it with being a pedophile, then yes, okay, I agree with you. If it was one or the other had to be legalized, I'd rather it be incest because it's less harm on the community. So I grew up with the Bible. Like I spent 8 years learning about the Bible when I was in primary and intermediate.
yeah,
So I spent 8 years learning about the Bible, and to me, the ideologies and like the standpoints and stuff, I kind of agree with them because I was brought up that way. It seems kind of weird sleeping with someone that you're so closely related to.
yeah, I guess, but do you feel weird about sleeping with a dude?
Yes.
Yeah, so, that point doesn't really have any merit against whether or not it should be legal or not. Just because you personally aren't gay doesn't mean being gay should be illegal.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I don't agree with the whole gay verse in the Bible, but I agree with the incest one because it's not, when it comes to being gay, that's not a choice.
I guess, but you could also argue that you could end up being attracted to people in your family without having a choice, Obviously, you don't really choose whoever you're attracted to.
Well, no, but that's supposed to be a different sort of attraction. If you're having different kinds of attraction to your family members, personally to me, I don't think that that's right.
Okay, well, yeah, fair enough. I'll have to say I mean, I can't really say it's right or wrong, but I definitely don't think it's just wrong because from a logical standpoint, it would be unfair to say that having incestual relations is any more wrong than being gay. And since I can't really say being gay is any more wrong than being straight, it's basically on par. And it has to be on par, in my opinion, for things to really make sense. Because there's no real logical reason for the harm of society or something that should make incest gay. Not gay, illegal.
Incest is gay as a.
I guess it can be. But yeah, obviously I don't like incest or anything like that, or well, anything like that, but I don't think it should be illegal. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see your standpoint on it. I do. But it's more of a personal thing when it comes to that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I do get it. If I remove myself from, or remove all emotion from the equation and look at it from a desensitized standpoint, which is
The
pretty easy,
podcast. Yeah.
I can see that if they're not having a child, then fucking go for it, I guess. Just
Yeah.
don't bring it around me.
Yeah. So
Like,
I
you're not
guess you would
hurting
agree.
anybody.
I guess you would agree
Yep,
with
no,
the
I
whole
can
thing
see.
where it shouldn't be illegal. People, if they get caught, they
Yeah,
shouldn't
no.
be sent to prison. You know?
Yeah, no, I fully understand that.
Yeah.
It's my morals that are stopping me from agreeing with it. Like, I will never agree with it, and I know this, but I don't think it should be illegal because you're not harming anybody.
Yeah, okay. All
I'm
right,
not okay
sweet.
with it, but, wow.
What a conversation on homosexuality. Really got into the deep
Yeah,
weeds
well,
there.
see, I really don't care about gays. Gays don't bother me because that's a whole different ballgame in my
They're
head.
just people, so there's not really like
Exactly.
a big song and dance
They're
about it.
just lesser people. They're just lesser people. Damn third worlders.
Damn, your fucking Bible studies are really showing right now.
Fucking heretics.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to add about this whole general homosexuality thing?
Not really. If any gay people are watching this, good on you. You wanna go fuck a dude.
Yeah, do
You
whatever
wanna
the
go
hell.
fucking fuck some chicks. Oh, I really don't care, but like, if you're gay and you're a dude, you sit on the other side of the table from me.
And you keep your
Like,
hands
you
on top
keep
of the
your ball
table at
sack
all
on the
times.
other side of the table.
Keep your dirty mutts on top of the table at all times where I can see them. Okay.
If they move, I shoot them.
Obviously, these are jokes. So, okay, next topic. You're ready to move to next topic, right?
Right, no, I just want to say, like, what you said there, these are just jokes. I did a disclaimer at the start. If you're getting angry now,
Yeah.
that's your fault.
Your fault. It's your fault you're born this way. Okay. You, are you ready to start the next topic?
I am now.
Just had to get that off your chest, did you?
Pretty much, I put a disclaimer at the start. So,
So now
if
I'm
you're still
immune.
here and you're starting to have feelings and you're getting angry, that's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, he's immune. He's immune. He's got the disclaimer vaccine. Okay. Idaho passes bill that would send loving parents of trans kids to prison for life. This is an article. It has a photo of I think it's an Asian police officer who's not that threatening, walking through a jail cell. Obviously, photo from Shutterstock, of course. Okay.
No.
They say they're going to send loving parents of transgender children to prison for life. The crime? Providing the kids with appropriate medical care? Okay, here's the substance. The bill would ban puberty blocking treatment, hormone therapy, and gender confirmation surgery to, I guess, children, and make it a felony if parents or doctors provide it. So this is in a state in the United States. So I guess the basis of this ban is that they find it immoral to provide any sort of gender changing or like surgery or put them on hormone blockers or anything like that. So if it's a girl, giving them steroids, if it's a guy, making them drink a lot of soy milk type of deal. So
Well, if
they
you take it from a base standard, like, if you think about it, there could be medical reasons behind it by pumping steroids into an undeveloped female or pumping estrogen into an undeveloped male.
yeah,
And, yeah, like what they said, puberty blocking, that could cause health problems in the future. That might be why that's illegal.
that's true. I'm pretty sure if you take any of these things, like if you start taking steroids or you block puberty as a girl, you will never be able to give birth in your whole life. Or like you have like a 98% chance of never being able to give birth in your whole life. So I can understand the
Yeah, see,
ban.
when you hear that title, you sort of get it because your name's title. Ah,
Ah!
nah, fucking.
Yeah.
When you hear transgender kids' parents are being sent to jail for life, blah blah blah, you instantly click like, hey, that's a bit unreasonable.
Yeah, yeah. Because
But
obviously,
then
if
you
a
read
trans
through it
kid.
and you think about it, and it's like, Well, no, wait, hold on. Like, life sentence, yeah, not cool. But I do understand why they're putting these precautions in place.
Yeah, it all has to. It all has to like depend on things. I mean, if it's illegal, but then there's like a doctor who's all like underground and he's like doing all this advertisement to kids and trying to get them to do his surgery, I think he should get prison for life. You know, if he's running a whole business underground about it. But that's sort of the extreme, you know.
Well, if you're going into the sewer tunnels to see a doctor, I think you need to be in a mental hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, to going into the sewer tunnels to see a doctor to chop off your freaking little, like, your 8-year-old son's penis, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
you
you're
probably
better off
should
going
go to
down there
prison
to
for
try and
life for
find
that,
Master Splinter.
actually.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You're better off going down there looking for Master Splinter.
Yeah.
You'd be more successful. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
The title is really obviously on one side. I mean, it is from an LGBTQ. This is the thing that does it wrong, though. The whole LGBTQ movement is that it's just spread so far that now things like this, like you know, this title would send loving parents of they didn't really need to put loving, but it
Yep,
tries
no,
to
they're
push you across.
manipulating their
But I would,
and make you see it from their standpoint.
yeah. But I think,
It's a
in this sort
psychedelic
of
trip.
situation, like if your son thinks that, for instance, that they are actually a girl in their mind because they've been watching trans people or something like that, they found them on social media or YouTube or whatever, and they've gotten inspired, and be like, oh, maybe that's me. Personally, I think that's completely fine for them to think that and dress up like a girl, whatever they want to do. But when it comes to medically changing themselves, those repercussions, you cannot change them, and they aren't of legal age to make a decision like that. If they're not
Yeah,
of
no,
legal
it's
age
like
to
you
make the
said before.
decision whether or not
They're
they can have
undeveloped.
sex,
They don't know what they're doing.
yeah,
They're not
exactly.
old enough to make a decision that drastic.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want when it comes to a decision that's not so drastic, but obviously, their body, their choice applies all the time almost, but only when you're of legal age. If you're not legally
Yeah,
able to give consent to sex, you're definitely not legally able to give consent to a sex change. What is your view on
yeah,
that?
no, they worded that title very well to
Yeah,
fit or to try and sway it in their direction, but they it doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah. And the
they're trying to
subtitle?
argue that kids should be able to choose their gender from day dot, and okay, I agree with that. Like,
Like
if the
they
kid
can
thinks he's
act
a
like
girl,
it,
like you
right?
said, dress like that, act like that. Don't make them like that.
Yeah, yeah. Until they're, obviously 18, I think, is probably a decent
Yeah, when the
age.
kid's old enough, or at least gone through the stage of puberty, and they've developed,
Yeah,
like, biologically developed,
yeah.
then fucking go for gold.
Yeah, that's and the subtitle as well. The crime? Providing the kids with appropriate medical care. It's not appropriate medical care. Appropriate medical care is, fixing them when they're sick, giving them
Yeah,
antibiotics when they've
appropriate
got a
medical care
disease.
is taking them in for their vaccines when they're young.
Yeah, exactly. Not
I
chopping
don't
off a
remember.
penis or
Yeah, nah, like, I don't
blocking
remember asking the
puberty.
doctor, oh, yeah, could you chop off my balls?
Blocking puberty is not medical care. If anything, appropriate medical care is helping puberty. You know?
Yeah, like, not cool.
Not cool. Okay,
What
yeah,
a
what?
fucking, what a controversial fucking statement.
Yeah.
You have the nerve to say that it's fucking healthcare.
It's not healthcare. It's not fucking healthcare. It's basically plastic surgery.
Yeah,
It's.
no, I was gonna say, that's like me saying, oh, I've got a health appointment today, and going in and getting me a big old pair of tits.
That's completely true. Do you have anything more to add? Because I think we pretty much agree
No, not
completely
really. I
on
think
this.
nah. I think we've covered it all. Like, because this whole subject is like that whole thing is just it's so one-sided. They're trying. You read the title, and then like a lot of people they see it and then they get angry instead of seeing it and then reading through it. They
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
and go, "Oh no, that's not cool," and then that's word of mouth and it starts spreading. I
That's
would like
true.
to add to the whole LGBT community though, like the way that they've started trying to preach their freedom
If you
has
took that
gone
out, if you took
overboard.
that completely out of context, when you just said, "I'd like to add to the LGBT community,"
Don't cut that. Not cool, Vol. But the way that they've started trying to preach for their freedom, like in some places, is it's overboard.
yeah, I know what
Like,
you
I
mean.
don't mind a peaceful protest. Like, if you're going to sit there and protest, all good. But I've seen people block up roads,
Yeah,
start bothering other people, start trying to force it down other people's throats.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's not cool, bro.
Yeah.
That just makes me go home like, fucking gay people, bro. I fucking hate these guys.
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
You're like the Mormon church.
The moment.
Like, soon they're just going to start coming up and knocking on my door. Like, do you have a word? Do you have some time to talk about gays? Like, get the fuck off my porch before I shoot you. Like, oh, we have a pamphlet. Cool. I'm going to use it to wipe my ass.
They're just like, at least the gays are getting into your ass somehow. Okay.
You know what? Take it back. Nah, never mind.
Okay. All right. You ready for the next topic?
Yeah,
All
bring it
right.
on. Let's see.
Another lovely group of people. Politicians. What do you think?
I think they're all full of shit.
Yep. And when one says they aren't, they are. The
Yeah,
only
no, like
people
if
who
the
are,
guy says, no, I will actually do this, he's the most bullshitter one of them all.
yeah, the only, you know what? I think there probably are some politicians who aren't full of shit. Good example. Well, I don't have a good example because they never get heard. But the politicians who aren't full of shit are probably the ones that say, "Oh yeah, um, yeah, I think I might lower taxes by 0.0001%. Um, I think I might build one new road out in this one country town." And yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to do as the president. I think those guys, they're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, because their fucking ideals are realistic and they don't appeal to people.
Yeah, but obviously,
People want
you
to
don't
hear
get
that,
votes by
oh, I'm
telling
going
the
to drop
truth.
the poverty rate by 100%. No one's going to be poor anymore. I'm going to lower the taxes and lower gas prices.
Yeah, obviously, realistic things don't get the votes. So, it's
Yeah,
basically
nah,
you gotta be vote bait, pretty much.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
And then, like, fucking, oh, I'm going to drop the poverty rate by 90%. It's
yeah.
like, oh, yay, let's vote this guy in. I was kidding. I meant the poverty rate in Japan after I dropped this fucking bomb.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I personally I don't even want to even bother listening to politicians, to be honest. Like, I just think for me personally, I feel like it's a waste of time. A lot of people might think it's irresponsible for me to not look into politicians and stuff, but, they always say bullshit all the time, and it's never really has much value to me, so I don't even pay attention to them at all.
Well, not yet, because it turned into a situation of fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Nigga,
Yeah.
fuck your election.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the only thing I want is to get a third party elected because I hate the two party system. because one person has to be on one side of the spectrum and the other people have to be the whole opposite side. There's no people in the middle because it's two parties.
I can see what you're getting at. It's either one or the other sort of thing.
Yeah. So all I personally want is a third party to get elected, and I think if a third party gets elected, everyone will have to up their game. Or at least the two parties that didn't get elected, they'll be like, huh? Why did one of us not get elected? That's never happened before. And then they'll actually up their game. But until then, I don't even care about what politicians have to say. It's all bollocks to me. The only people who actually do real shit are probably, I guess, people who work in the council that don't have much power, so they actually do little projects, around the place,
Can I just, quickly chime in here? You are the first Kiwi person I've ever heard use the word bollocks unironically.
Really? I said that. Well, I mean, obviously, that would still count as me being the first person.
Yeah,
but I say it all the time.
I've never heard anyone else say it unironically, not in a joke.
Well, I mean, how can it be a joke? I mean, what do you think about what politicians say? Do you disagree with the fact that the majority of what they say is bollocks? Do you disagree with that?
Well, no, it's just the fact that you used the word bollocks.
It just...
that was it. That was my whole chime-in thing, was the fact that you used the word bollocks.
It's a great word, man. You should try it.
Bollocks.
Or maybe it's just because I'm real white. It's a white thing.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to stay with fuck thou. That's fuck thou.
Fuck thou.
It's fuck thou, G on the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only people who actually do any real, work when it comes to actually changing things are definitely not the politicians, but the little guys, the real little guys who, work in the council, I guess. I mean, not everything they do is good, but at least they're actually doing anything, I mean, obviously, what the latest, the city rail link, that was obviously an Auckland transport thing, and the council, and I agree with it fully. I'm very happy with that, and yeah, that's great. But Jacinda Ardern obviously didn't say, "Oh, now we want a city rail link." She didn't do shit, obviously, to do with that. So yeah, politicians, I really cannot be bothered half the time. Don't care a lot of the time with what they have to say.
That's my whole view on it too. Don't care. You can preach your la-di-da-di fucking shit. Fucking speaking of preaching, it's just popped into my head. Oh,
the Mormons have come back. The Mormons.
We'll save it for the next episode when we talk about the Bible. Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah. Foreshadowing. All right, is that everything you have to say about politicians?
Pretty much. They're a bunch of liars, in my opinion.
A bunch of fucking liars.
What I've seen, they shoot for the moon and end up digging themselves a hole instead. They shot the completely wrong direction.
What I think is they talk for the moon and they don't shoot for anything. That's what I think.
They talked for the moon and forgot to load the bullet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
they talk to the moon and they don't even have a gun.
Yeah, no, I don't. This is why I don't like politics, because politics just annoys me. Politicians annoy me.
Yeah. It's all just bollocks, to be honest, though, so it's just
Oh, yeah, no. Just a load of fucking bollocks.
It's a great word, bro. Fucking bollocks.
Fucking right. Fuck thou.
It's Jack, oi. It's Jack.
It's fucking Jack, oi.
Okay, we've got to give some, backstory on this. Basically, I wondered, why people use Jack as a meaning for nothing. And I just thought, maybe, once upon a time, there's a guy called Jack, and he just pissed some guy off so much that he's just like, you know what? You're nothing to me. And then to everyone else, every time he had nothing, he's like, oh yeah, I've got Jack.
Yeah, no, I've got Jack. And then it all sort of caught on.
Yeah, and now this guy's now Jack's turning in his grave every time someone says it. He goes, "Am I really nothing?"
Like, imagine that being your legacy.
Jack. You know what Jack's legacy is?
Huh?
You know what Jack's legacy is?
What?
Jack.
Jack?
Yeah,
back in the day it was probably Jacketh.
Jack.
What art thou up to, Jacketh?
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the next segment then? After our mini Jack history segment.
Oh, let's get to it.
Alright, am I the asshole? We've got 3 stories I've pre-picked out. If we don't spend enough time on them though, I may pick out another one. But you won't know. So, first one. Okay. This just sounded sort of juicy. Okay. Alright. Am I the asshole for telling my sister I don't care what happens to her child and she would be an awful mother? Okay, just on the title, what do you think?
It fucking skew. What? You're a fucking dickbag.
Okay, let's hear her out now and see if she's still a dickbag. The title sounds literally awful, and I feel awful. My 70-year-old female sister, Veronica... No, she is 17 years old. Her sister, Veronica, is 19 years old. She accidentally got pregnant. I think having a little niece or nephew would be nice, but whatever Veronica wants to do is fine by me. She decided to keep it, and my parents are beyond ecstatic. Veronica and I aren't close. She was barely home growing up, and my parents both left for work at 6 a.m. and got back just in time for dinner. I basically raised my little siblings. Like a bunch of, okay, one's K, it's 11-year-old male, one's M, 14-year-old female, and C, 13-year-old female. Me and my little siblings are really close and spend most of our time together, but Veronica always relied on friends. Veronica tries her best to disturb the peace in the family, causing fights with my sisters over little things like spraying too much perfume or commenting on their looks. But whenever we fight with her, she threatens to abort her child as if we are going to drop to our knees and beg her not to. What? She threatens to abort her child every time there's a fight. Okay? My parents protect her in every fight and think she can do nothing wrong because she is blessing them with their first grandbaby. Over the past few weeks, I've been working hard to buy a gift for one of my siblings that isn't her, just an expensive perfume she wants, which is about $111. But she was really expensive, but she was really wanting it. Not even 2 days into her having it, and Veronica got into a fight over God knows what. Veronica took the perfume and a few of the other belongings and threw them off the balcony. This pissed me off so much because not only did I spend so much on that, but it was also my little sibling's stuff that she really liked. She was crying while my little brother was helping her, consoling her. Veronica was staring at her with a smirk on her face, as if she was proud of being a fully grown adult and destroying a barely teenager's stuff. I went absolutely crazy on Veronica, essentially telling her to go fuck herself. She started saying, "I dare you to hit me, I'll get rid of this baby, I don't give a fuck." I was confused, as this had nothing to do with her kid, and I said, "I don't care what happens to that thing, you'd be an awful mother anyways." My parents came to our rescue and told me to either get over myself or move out. So I said okay and went to my boyfriend's house. I've been getting calls and texts from my parents and Veronica telling me to come back and talk this out. Also saying I'm an awful person for saying this to my poor sister. I feel bad, but my boyfriend is telling me that they are treating me like shit and he thinks that I shouldn't go back there unless I really want to. So, am I the asshole? Is she the asshole? After the story, what do you think?
Nah, fucking good on her.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
fucking fully agree with this chick. Like, nah, you want to threaten your fucking child? Like, what kind of threat is that? I'll abort this child. Go right the fuck ahead.
I'll abort this child if you don't be nice to me. What the hell kind of
oh, shiver me timbers. Fuck.
Damn, did I
I'm the
just hear
sort
a
of person that's
shotgun
like,
pump?
abort this
Jesus.
child. Oh,
Who the hell does that, though?
oh.
She would be a
Watch
fucking...
out, I'm gonna kill my own kid. No,
She's...
you won't.
No, eyebrows, oi. Eyebrows, oi. You won't kill your own kid.
Eyebrows.
You ain't got the guts. What the fuck? What the hell kind of fucking threat is that, you know? What
And
about
if
the
you're
parent?
threatening to kill your own child because someone else is yelling at you, the bitch is right. You'd be a mother anyway.
That's true. And not only that, but it's like she got annoyed over obviously we don't know what they got annoyed of, but she destroyed someone's expensive like belongings, you know?
Like, the kid's not even, like, barely a teenager,
The kid's 13,
as it
yeah.
said.
Yeah, it was C. The kid was 13, 13-year-old girl. And she threw her freaking expensive perfume and not only that, but other things off of the balcony because they got into a fight. And then
Oh,
when the person who bought
congratulations.
the
That
fucking
makes you
gift,
feel big.
the person who bought the gift for her comes and says, "Hey, that's not good because obviously it's not cool to throw a 13-year-old girl's shit off the fucking balcony and destroy it, as a 19-year-old pregnant woman."
You're not that gay, yo.
And
That's
then
gay as.
and then threatening your own child's life. It's like her own child is a fucking hostage.
Right.
Like,
Like,
what?
you better back the fuck up. I'm taking this money and I'm running. If you come any closer, I'll kill this baby.
She's got a fucking coat hanger in her hand. She's like about to shot up herself. She's like, "Don't you take another step. I'm crazy, I tell you."
But the one episode of South Park where this guy's dick took the dude hostage.
Wait, a dude's dick took a dude hostage?
Yeah, the guy's dick took the actual guy hostage.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, so definitely not the asshole, right?
Yep, no, not an asshole. She's fucking... Bitch is a saint.
Is Veronica the asshole? Hell yeah. I agree. I think Veronica's the asshole.
Veronica's a fucking demon.
Yeah. What about the parents, though?
Yep, no, the fact that the parents also sided with her, even though, she's threatening to kill their child, and they sided with her anyway, those parents can go get fucked too.
Yeah, and they're all
They're
saying that
probably
she's
the
an
reason
awful
that they picked
person.
her up like that. I bet her mother did the same thing.
She's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, fucking bad parent.
I know, right? And they're
The
trying to
apple
tell
don't
her
fall
to
too
come
far
back.
from the shit tree.
They're saying, "Come back and talk it out," and then going, "Oh, but by the way, you're also an awful person for saying that to your poor older sister who threatened her own baby like her own baby was a fucking hostage after
I
destroying her
also don't
sister's
understand
perfume."
their reasoning method. That doesn't make sense to me. They're like, oh no, we need you to come home so we can talk this out. Also, you're a bad fucking person.
That's like your bloody dad sending you a message. He's like, "Hey boy, you should come back home, boy. We're having a mean ass roast. But by the way, I'm gonna give you the meanest hiding you've ever fucking had." Like,
I'm
are
gonna
you...
make sure that you can only see out of one eye.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not gonna come home then, obviously.
Yeah, like, well, I
Like,
hope you enjoy your barbecue.
yeah, exactly. Why don't they fucking talk this shit out? It
Yeah,
seems like it seems like
jump into a phone call. That's such a trash method of trying to convince somebody.
I'll kill my own baby. That's what.
Oh, she so adopted it from the parents. Because they're both shit at convincing. One says, I'm going to kill my baby, and the other one goes, oh, come here. So
You're
I can
shit.
tell you how much a fucking floor scum you are.
I know, right? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, definitely not the asshole. I just left it on the
Not
thing,
the
so
asshole.
I just left the comment saying that she's not the asshole, so hopefully she sees it and feels a bit better.
Oh
Okay.
man, drop the link into the comments.
Drop the link of the podcast.
Yeah, like make sure you keep those saved so when we drop this podcast, we can drop the link.
Yeah, I've got them. I've got them on a sheet to reference from. But yeah, we'll do that then, so that she gets to hear you saying, "Oh, your sister's an old bloody bag."
You fucking sister, you fucking old hag.
All right, ready for the next one, or do you have something else to add?
Nothing other than Veronica's a big bitch. And I hope her sister sees this.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yep, let's go.
All right. Am I the asshole because I got upset my boyfriend took money from our account to give to his ex? Okay, off the title, what do you say?
No.
Yeah, okay, I agree. Okay. Me, 34-year-old female, my boyfriend, who's a 36-year-old male, he took money from our joint bank account. This account is money we've been saving for a vacation for us and to do fun stuff with our kids this summer. They have kids, okay. I asked him about it. He said his ex needed it more. Okay, what the fuck? Who says that? But now, backstory. They have 2 kids and they share custody. My boyfriend pays child support due to him making more. 5 months ago, his ex just left her job. Her only explanation, as far as I know, is that she doesn't feel like working. Flash forward to now. My boyfriend basically supports her while he works double shifts whenever he doesn't have the kids. I asked him why. His answer is that she is the mother of his children and he can't see her suffer. My thing is, it's her own doing. Needless to say, we haven't seen much of each other. It's getting old. Today I went to put money in her account, half of it's gone. I asked him about it. He said he feels bad if we go on vacation and have fun while she is broke and can't do anything. He gave the money to her as fun money. I'll admit I got upset and a little jealous. I asked him point blank if he still loves her. I told him that I feel like he doesn't care about us anymore. He called me jealous and said that I was being childish. He told me that his ex needs him more. I did say some bad things about her. He told me I'm a horrible person and said I need to stop thinking about only myself. So, am I the asshole? Okay, what do you think?
Well, if her statement is true, but I feel like it was a very emotional statement, but if it's true that the chick quit her job just because she didn't want to work, no.
Yeah,
I don't think
definitely
this
not.
chick's the asshole.
Yeah,
Because if you just quit, knowing you have 2 fucking kids, and you quit your job because you didn't want to work,
yeah.
you're a bigger fucking asshole than she is. Like,
Yeah, I think also the
you're a bigger
boyfriend,
asshole than I am. I'm quite the fucking asshole.
like the boyfriend saying that she needs it is also really shit. You know, that shows that he still has
Yeah,
feelings for her. And saying that they can't go on vacation together, or like have holidays together, and then while she's suffering. That's not right. If he said that the reason was because he wanted to see that his kids grew up properly and he didn't have like proper full custody of his kids and he wanted to see that hope like make sure that at the other side, they're living in good conditions, I would understand it a lot more. But since he's saying that she's the woman of his children and he can't see her suffer, I think that she should probably honestly just leave the relationship. To be honest.
yeah, yeah. No, because it's obvious that he's not fully committed anymore.
He never was. It seems like he never was. You know?
Well, he might have been at the start. See, we don't know that because feelings can pop up afterwards as well, just due to history. And the fact that he's got 2 kids with this woman, and he based his reasoning off her instead of his kids, does show that it's pretty toxic. It's a very
Yeah,
toxic
it's a
trait and
very
it's a big
toxic
red flag.
relationship to be in, I reckon. And because of him talking about his ex-girlfriend like that and and not even like brushing over his kids completely. He's hardly talking about his kids. Hardly. It's all about her. and he's working his ass off for her. You know, he doesn't say it's because of his kids. He says it's for her.
No.
So what I think is that I don't think he was ever fully invested in this relationship, and I think that the girlfriend broke up with him, and he's still got feelings for her, but he tried to get another girlfriend to feel better about himself, but he's not. So I think the girlfriend should leave, and the guy should get his shit together and stop paying her fucking money, especially fun money.
Yeah,
you know?
no, like, if you did quit your job for that reason, one, why the fuck haven't you found another job yet?
Yeah, because she doesn't
two,
feel like work.
it's
That
a
would sound like
fucking
someone who
shitty
doesn't
movie.
feel like working, you know? Someone who still doesn't have a job.
Okay, I could go for, like, let's say she doesn't have a job for, like, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he's talking about
But
it
if
being
you're
his
going,
kids.
like,
You know, he's like,
long
oh no,
enough-
I can't let my kids, you know, be suffering there. But since it's about her, no way. Even for 2 weeks, when it's about her, no. You know?
If it's straight about her, then yeah, no, that's a no-go. That's
If it's
big
about
red
his kids,
flag.
fair enough. You know, his kids are his kids. You know, like that's, you know, that's his responsibility as a father. And you signed up for that when you dated him. But you didn't sign up for him still being in love with his ex-girlfriend. So
no.
leave.
Get out of there, girl.
Get out
Leave.
of there, girl. Get out of there. You're like, she's like,
you don't need no man.
you don't need to be a part of this bullshit love triangle. Those are only for the movies, and they're not even that good in the movies.
Yeah, no, those are like about as good as Sharknado was.
Although I'd say Sharknado's better, honestly.
Oh, you're really dogging on these love triangles.
Love triangles suck, man.
Sharknado's better.
Yeah, Sharknado is better, bro. Love triangles suck. They're horrific. As soon as you sense that you're in a love triangle, leave. Then you win. That's how you win. That's how you win in a love triangle.
Like you're
You
the
leave.
victor.
It's like think about it like this, right? If you've ever played the game Far Cry 5, there's a part at the start where you have to choose whether or not you lock up the guy in handcuffs and try and take him away.
Yeah.
If you do try and stay, and you know, stay and take him out, do your mission, which is obviously getting the person you love when they obviously love someone else. Basically, it ends up in 2 bad endings. One,
Yeah, like there's no good ending to that game.
Yeah.
They're both shit if you decide to go.
yeah, one ending, right, is you don't do anything, you sit there, and then the other 2 people end up getting together. And then you have to watch them, and you never get any closure, right? So that's the worst ending of all. Just like in the game, there was an even worse ending. And then the other ending is that you do confess your love to them. Oh no, there's 3 endings. There's ones you confess your love to them, and they say no, and then the other 2 people get together, you get closure. And then there's an even worse ending where they say yes, and then they cheat on you with the other person, and then you end up sad. But
Then you end up sad, depressed, and a drug addict.
yeah, and and then you end up a bum and an orphan.
Sucking dick for money.
Spending all your every last cent on crack. There's another ending, and you can cut down all of the working your feelings up and all of that. You cut it all down to maybe I don't know. Obviously, it still takes time to get over your feelings, but leaving, you know, that's the other thing. Just fully leaving and forgetting about both of the people. That's the way you win 100% of the time. Or you could go for the other 3 bad endings. But, you know, obviously, that's not very nice either. Do you have anything to add?
Good luck to you. Take one of those endings. Like, your IQ, your brain is on airplane mode.
Airplane mode. But you aren't flying.
Yeah.
You're on airplane mode, but you're not flying, you know? You're on airplane mode when you don't need to be.
Airplane mode, walking around on the side of the street. And apparently, if you went with one of those bad endings, You're probably out there living on the street sucking dick for money.
Yeah. You know what? There's a time where it's good to go on airplane mode, you know? When you're on the airplane, obviously when you're flying, you know, you got to turn airplane mode on your phone. And that's the same when when like politicians start talking, you know? My brain goes into
Yeah, you
airplane
just go
mode.
to airplane mode and
Yeah. But when it comes to thinking about, like, you know, this whole relationship stuff and all that, I'm not running on airplane mode because I think it's a bit more important, you know?
yep, no, that's because you gotta. There's this thing. It's called like thinking.
Dude, you should try it
Can't
one
do that
time,
in
or it's really
airplane mode.
cool. Oh, God.
Yep. So not the asshole. Final verdict.
Yeah, final verdict, not the asshole. We have one more. Ready?
Go for it.
Something about disabilities. Oh, this sounds juicy. Okay, all right. The title: Am I the asshole for leaving my disabled brother alone at college and going away? What's your verdict on the title or the headline?
Say that again.
Am I the asshole for leaving my disabled brother alone at college and going away?
I can't make a decision. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need more to it.
Okay, sweet. I know this sounds awful, but listen to me. I, a 24-year-old female, have a disabled brother who's 28 years old and a male. She's calling him P. After many years of recovering from an accident, he was finally able to get into college and make friends. What? Oh, he lost them all after being injured. Oh, he lost his old friends, and then he made new friends. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Good work, man. This year, he returned to the events of the world, the face-to-face classes at the college. In the year he entered, the classes went online. So he was online in his first classes, now he's gone face-to-face. My brother can't drive and has an extreme difficulty asking for an Uber, and also doesn't want to ask his friends for help. So the deal is my younger brother, 21 male, takes him, and I pick him up. His college is at night and ends around 10:30 p.m. and my bedtime is 11 p.m. Because I work very early, 6 a.m., my brother is at first followed the schedule, max 10 to 20 minutes late, but this month has been hell. I arrive at the time his class ends, but lately he's been making me wait 30 minutes and the worst was 1 hour. He doesn't like to touch his cell phone while talking to new friends and doesn't tell me he's going to be late. So I wait there, fiddling with my cell phone until he gets out to the place where we agreed, one street up from the college. And if I keep him waiting, P freaks out. And this routine has made me very tired. The day before yesterday, I told him before morning and before he left for college that I wouldn't wait more than 15 minutes because I had to take a bus to another city for work at 10. Okay. And that if he wasn't there, I would leave, and he would have to ask my mother to fetch him. The college is open until midnight, so he could be waiting quietly there. At the usual time, I showed up and gave the time that I made it clear that I would leave. I went to the bus station and texted my mother and younger brother, who had already been warned about this, that one of them would have to go get it. All in all, neither of them showed up, and my brother was left waiting 30 minutes at the college. He showed up half an hour later than he was supposed to, because both my mum and brother were busy. I turned off my cell phone and went to sleep because I had a meeting at 8 a.m. and it was going to be a 3-hour trip. When I woke up, I had a lot more than 100 messages and about 30 missed calls. When they saw that I had done what I said I would do, they cursed me and called me irresponsible. Since yesterday, my parents have been complaining that I left my brother helpless and that I was irresponsible. Hell, basically. Am I the asshole? What do you think?
No, I don't think she is.
No,
You were
I
given
don't think so
warning, and I
either.
understand that the guy's disabled and he needs time, but if he's smart enough to go to college, then he's smart enough to understand the time schedule.
That's true. And she warned him this time. And she had a reason
Yeah,
for
like
it too.
you were told.
It's not
And
like
not
she just
just
felt
him,
like
like
it
she
too.
told everybody.
Yeah, that's true. And then the other people couldn't get to him. And it was only 30 minutes too. 30 minutes isn't that long to wait. It's nothing, you know?
And she's got work. She's got a meeting. And when like push comes to shove, it should be the parent looking after their child, not the
That's true.
child. Oh, yeah, not the sibling.
She's nice for actually like picking him up, you know? And then he's just like spat in his face by being late all the time. Or spat in her face by
Yeah,
being late all the time. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she's the asshole here at all.
yeah, no, and like you can't live your life on the time schedule of other people. Like, go and live your own life. It's real restricting when you've got to live it towards other people.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
Especially when you've got your life to live and you've got other shit that you need to do.
yeah, that's true. She's not the asshole. But this is a very good time for things to tie in. Obviously, she talked about the bus station and stuff, but you know what would have solved this problem? Something that I love to fucking talk about, but fucking good public transport. Then no one would have to pick anybody fucking up from college. But I just wanted to chime that in there.
Yeah, well, you can just go and chime back out now.
Hey, it's true.
Well, no, fair enough. If fucking gas prices just went up here, so
Yeah, that's true.
public
No?
transport would be great.
Yeah, just fucking get some bloody subway trains in there. Get some trains running fucking every 10 minutes, and then, you know, he would probably only have to walk fucking, I don't know, fucking 10 minutes, get in the bloody train, go up with the fucking train, and then boom, you're at home. And then you don't have to wait for anybody. You can be as late as you bloody want. Don't have to wait for anybody. Don't have to wait in traffic. You know, don't have to pay for gas. You know, like,
You can hang out with your mate for as long as you feel like, as long as you
yeah.
keep to the bus schedule.
Yeah, the bus or the subway train schedule. And if it's every 10 minutes, like it is here where I am now, you barely even need to pay attention to the schedule because you just go, oh yeah, I can wait fucking 10 minutes if I need to. You know? Okay, there's also extras that she's added. I'll read those out and then see if they change anything. My brother has
Yeah.
moderate mobility problems and has poor eyesight, but that doesn't stop him from walking and turning around until night. Okay. I put the disability in the title because it was my parents' argument base. I translate by Google, and I only have my cell phone now because I was in a meeting. Sorry for any translation errors. Sleep and my basic knowledge of English are to blame. So I'm guessing this person, obviously, they don't speak English as first language, or even mostly at all. Extra, I don't lived with my parents for 2 years, but I live close to the college, 4 minutes by car. His house is 7 minutes away. All warnings were given by message. In the case of my brother, audio, and answered with an okay. So it's just a huge favor that I do because my parents are retired and old. Last, I promise, when he returned to face-to-face classes, the college offered various types of help, and he only signed up for those that involved class. For him to ask for more, he needs to fill out a request for help and wait in line because the other types of help can be full. Okay, yeah, that I don't think any of that changes anything. Do you think?
Nah.
No. Not the asshole.
Oh, no, yeah, the fact that she's not from an English-speaking country, that changes the whole thing.
Now she's definitely an asshole now. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying? You picked
no,
your
she's not an
fucking
asshole,
brother
she's
up.
just an idiot.
Fucking hell. It's a bit harsh.
How dare you not be from a English-speaking country, you idiot.
You fucking idiot. That's what people in the deep south used to say not too long ago in the United States. How dare you be born black boy? You stupid idiot.
Fucking no, I'm joking.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay. So that's all the topics, and we are at about an hour and 13 minutes. So how do you want to wrap this up?
I know this little musical song and dance, like, na 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 Family Guy, na 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 na. Roll credits.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the second podcast. So I hope you enjoyed. We did cover those topics, blah, blah, blah. Next time, we'll come back with some talk on the Bible and maybe a religious themed episode or religiously themed episode. And then obviously we'll return to the Am I the Arseholes because they're quite fun to just judge random people on the internet
No, I
and
don't
hear
mind
stories.
judging random people's unfortunate situations.
And yeah. That's true. So yeah, that was the podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, have a nice life until next time. And as we
Yeah,
like to
remember
say,
to tune in next time for the Bible, and I'm gonna tell you about a little thing that's going on in New Zealand. It's called Destiny's Church. You can look it up before the next episode because I have a lot to say about that.
oh yeah, that's exciting. I know nothing about it because I haven't been in New Zealand for a while. So
Oh, believe me, you're gonna want to hear this.
yeah, I will whenever we record the next podcast. And as we
On
like
the
to say,
next episode.
on the next episode that will be coming out in hopefully less than 5 years. What do you think?
But, like, you're pushing boundaries here because this is the second episode now.
Yeah. Should we call it six
I'm
years?
like 7 years,
7 years,
maybe. Like,
maybe?
just time frame so we can work on it, sort of thing.
Yeah. It's a high production value piece of piece of content. So we've got to really work
Yeah,
hard on.
of course.
So yeah, maybe in 7 years you'll see the next podcast. But anyways, that was the second podcast. Have a nice life before you get to hear about us talk about the Bible and more Am I the Assholes. So yeah,
We have been your hosts,
Tidal Johnson and
Jade Waipara.
all right, see ya.
Later, bro.